Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back for some more EVE Online. It's been a while, but SiSi is planning or holding another mass test right here on SiSi, the test server. And you can see that lots of players are gathering around the XBV gate, which is going to be our first step. Should be in just a few minutes. And I'm as always as almost always in Fleet W. We're at up to 40 people and we've got around 120 in local, 93 in the mass testing channel. So for something that's been quite a few months, I think it's not that bad that we can still get 100 people together. We're mostly testing for audio changes, but of course we'll also keep an eye on the performance, which is going to be that FPS monitor over here. And I quickly want to mention that you can test the direct enlistment, but at the moment so you got to go to social. It needs to be enabled within your corporation, and so you have to go to my corporation, then you go to wars, and now we have a direct faction enlistment tab where the CEO can edit which factions can be joined through direct enlistment. So I'm not sure if there's like something very specifically that you have to do before you can join, but this is at the moment basically stuck behind the CEO character, which is on my brother's account. So we will see. I'm kind of hoping that they put this behind the director level, but perhaps there are some problems that I'm not aware of that this could mean if there's more than one person or character that can potentially change or enable these settings. But yeah, that's not the focus for this mass test. And well, I'm personally of course also curious as to what other type of content and things like that might be part of the deployment of direct enlistment on the actual server. So I think a dev blog will at some point come out and tell us more. So yeah, ensure that audio is enabled. For me it's enabled, and I'm actually listening to it pretty loudly, but for the recording it is actually only like 80%, so you won't hear too much from the audio settings. And there's a nice Nix coming in, so here are a few instructions on what to listen for. That could be definitely could be interesting. I think it's going to focus mostly on like weapons and things like that under the fleet conditions. As we're at 120 now in local, 95 in the channel, and well, Fleet W probably lagging behind a little bit. Let's take a quick look at the Fleet Finder here, 70 in Fleet X, so we are above 100 people. But yeah, we'll have to fight our way out there. Let's see, caffeine. So someone noticed the difference because he's not enabled sound for like 15 years. But let's see what CCP Habakkuk mentions. Audio cues for hybrid, projectile and energy turret types. When using these types of turrets, you will now hear a new mechanical movement sound. When your turrets target a new enemy, you will only hear this when your camera is near your ship. That makes sense. New suitable changes to the sounds of impacts from these turret types. The impacts will sound different based on whether it's hitting your shield, armor or hull. The distance at which you can hear impact sounds has been tweaked based off of the size of the target being hit. We would love all feedback from those participating. Specifically, are you able to tell the difference between the sounds of impacts hitting your shields, armor and hull? Okay, they'll have to push through that. Do you feel like you can hear impact sounds when zoomed too far out, or do you feel like you need to zoom in too much to hear them? Do the mechanical movement sounds get too overwhelming in a large fight? And so those are for hybrid, projectile and energy turrets. So unfortunately I'm using missiles, so that probably won't have the mechanical sound. And then mass questions. So I will tweak something because my music is actually quite loud at the moment, and we're just going to put that down to like maybe just a couple percentages. It might just have a little bit of a background music, but the focus ought to be for that. And now we're a little bit too close together, right? Zooming in too much I think will mean a lot of interference. So we're gonna wait for the first jump, and then we'll probably try to zoom in a little bit more, take a look at different ships with turrets hopefully, and then see if we can notice those new sounds. But that's definitely pretty interesting. I did expect them to focus on the weapons, but I thought they'd go for fixes rather than adding in new types of sounds. So that's pretty cool. When your turret moves, you should hear something, and when you're hit through shields, armor and hull, it should be different as well. Let's get ready. We are jumping to XBV on the countdown. So XBV is selected. I am ready. Oh, 10 seconds. All right, let's give it a little bit more time here, but this mass test is now underway. 5, 3, 2, 1, and jump. And we jump through. Let's see how this goes. And we are through. So that was a pretty normal jump. Local is already at 70, and I do have a bit of background noise, but I am immediately going to try. Let's see what would happen. Does it say energy turrets? When using these types of turrets, you will now hear a new mechanical movement sound when your turret targets a new enemy. That's interesting. So I might want to try that and see if it does anything on the... So there's one guy here, and then there's one guy down there. All right, that's maybe not that good, but let's see. I'm just going to test it out. I won't shoot anything, but I want to see if my turrets... You can see here, right? My turrets did change direction to aim at my target. And then when I aim at something else, you can see that my turrets are moving as well. But I don't think that my missile turrets will have any sound. So I'm actually going to set myself like really close to those turrets. Oh, and then I'm actually moving a bit, so that's not too great. But if I press D to look at that target, yeah, it's not going to be the right camera for that. Let's try again. Can I actually see the movement? Aim at something else. They do move, but I don't have any sound, probably because I don't have the right types of turrets. Must test up, and then whoops, please warp 2 on your own. Best spread out 10, 30. Yeah, okay, so I will do a warp within 20 then. Let's go. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I did want to test that out just to make sure that there was like no sound for the missile turrets. That's a little bit unfortunate, but what can you do? That's the ship I chose, so let's get in here. Let's see what's happening here. So the gate sounds, I think, were there already. And then bug report stuff, that's fine. And they do want us a little bit spread out, I think, so that we can not have just one big ball, but try to listen to stuff on different ships, which is what I'll try to do. And even now, the music is actually coming through quite loud. Interesting. But it's mostly going to be during the PvP fight, I think, that we'll be able to tell most stuff. People are already firing, so here we are landing. I think that one could be very interesting for the Omen, except that it won't change targets, unfortunately, right? Oh, does sound good. I can clearly hear some very interesting laser-like sounds. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else. We've got someone using guns down here in an Algos. Let's go over there. Alright, don't have the sound just yet. Oh, there we go. Sound. We just got up to my new camera position. Well, they are small guns, so the sound is not very loud, but it's definitely noticeable. And then yeah, the unfortunate thing is the one sound we won't really hear here is to switching of targets, but perhaps CCP will have some steps that will make that work. And then we can also go look at something big. Like that. Please look. There we go. In a Titan. CCP, let's see. Is that... No, that's someone else. Any other target Titans here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's target that one as well. And then this one as well. So that's their plan. Okay, and I kind of want to go back to... Because unfortunately my ship won't really do anything. Then you should hear your weapons moving. Come on. Laser ship or something. Maybe it's... I heard something, but not exactly. Please shoot CCP Habakkuk. So he, I think, should switch. Because that's still firing at the... yeah, that's still firing at the structure. Let's see if he notices. I kind of want to not do it myself. Because my turrets won't make a sound, I think. Turret sounds both from your ship and also impact sounds on the Titan. But he's not switching, unfortunately, so I am actually going to try to get back to just myself. Let's see what happens here. I'll fire at that. Make sure that I hear my missiles. Still don't hear my missiles. I do hear lots of other sounds in the background. There they are. Now I hear my missiles. Took a couple of volleys. But now we are fine. So then I'm going to stop this. I'm going to aim at that. Yeah, I don't have any special sounds to report on this. But there we go. And then we had to go try to listen to the impact sounds here. So now we're on structure. No, on armor, but not for long. Let's see if I notice a change. Here we go. It didn't last very long, so I couldn't notice too much. We did get like one clear sound when we switched from armor to structure. Not sure if that was the plan, but so that one is exploding at this point. Man, they're really getting this thing down. And there's the explosion, but I have to say, I've got it cranked up on my own headphones, and there's a slight bit of crackling, but this is very doable, and you do get the sounds that you would expect from being in the middle of a battle. So I'm pretty impressed with it so far. It does take a while when you go look at another ship, but there we go. I actually got this volley, got the audio right away, so that's pretty cool. And I couldn't tell for the changing of a target and the movements of the turrets. But this is very cool. Clearly bigger guns. I'm hearing that compared to the little algos. Got a lot more weight and impact. And then you can hear the other weapons as well in the background. I can hear, for instance, some autocannon fire. What sounds a little bit like lasers as well. Let's see if I get close to this one. So it takes a while. There we go. That's probably the laser shot. Yeah, this one sounds like boom. It's really going through. It's pretty cool. And then we gotta shoot at the Tara, which is aimed at. Let's empty out the clip. But I have to say, even with the camera movements, it's sounding quite good. So I'm pretty impressed.
A module has run out of charges.
Module has run out of charges. Can retarget this. It's repairing. Okay. We kind of would have... Maybe if we can still get on the rock on time. Ah. That's unfortunate. Should have stayed on this one. Probably it didn't have it targeted anymore. On the new target, we might have been able to listen to the new sounds. But this sounds really cool. You're in a space battle. And as you look at other ships, I think you hear other sounds as well. So, yeah. Very cool. Look at the shots everywhere. But we're talking 50 FPS. So, my PC is starting to get a little bit old. RTX 2080. But we're still doing quite fine. So, I'm pretty happy with this. I can move around as well. Zooming out now, you get a little bit of it in the background, but it's definitely like really nice. You're far away. It's not so overwhelming anymore. So very, very good. And then as I zoom in, it becomes more intense. And it's probably trying to wait for me to just be still with the camera a little bit so I can decide what sound to play, which is not instantaneous, but it does work. And then when you'll select one, I think will be the fastest. So we'll... Oh, they're not firing, unfortunately. Who is then? Oh, a Naglfar. That could be cool. And now we're in the middle of a big ball, so...
A module has run out of charges.
Now I do get quite a few sounds. That one is firing. And there's the Naglfar sounds. Yeah. Pretty good. Let's go back to my ship. We lose that. Someone is shooting at... Please shoot CCP Kestrel, but don't kill him. Is that there is CCP Kestrel? They're trying to get it to work on switching and things like that. He already switched. Anyone here that's still... He might still need to switch. But like me, maybe they're a little bit... slower, so he should then have to switch. Let's see if he does. He's even in siege mode, I think. Come on, switch targets. Zero wing from Brave. Would be good if you would switch targets so we can listen to your turret sounds. Oh. Nope, still firing in the same direction. Stop shooting now. Alright. Let's see if that does anything. That'll take a while. We are all eager to shoot something. Okay, it stopped, but can't say. I'm gonna keep an eye on the Paladin. If he still then targets something, perhaps we can hear that sound. Okay. What is he firing at now? Another Brave Revel. Alright, let's see if he switches. It does. It sounds really, really good, but I can't say that I really noticed. Oh, there. Oh, now I'm hearing it. Now I heard it. And if he targets something else, let's see if we can get it. Come on. I think when he disengaged there that I did hear his turrets, but it was not very obvious. Align to Poitot. Alright. Stargates. Poitot. Align to. Oh, and would those be... There's definitely a sound that feels like it's hanging. So I'm gonna zoom out, see if I can get rid of it. We are quiet now. Gonna zoom back in a little bit. Oh, there it's back. Or is it this? It could be these drones hitting those shields. Now it's gone because the drones are not shooting. Man, those drones were pretty loud. But alright. Warp to the Poitot gate. Alright. Poitot, warp within 0. That was pretty cool warp sounds here. Let's go.
Warp drive active.
Ooh. Okay. So I thought we had a lingering sound, which we've had before, but it was still the drones shooting at the shields from this, what's it called? Thunderchild. Alright. And then we get PvP fights. So there's the rest chasing us in the warp tunnel. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Battleships in warp, with one dreadnought. There we go. We're finally coming together. Not sure if. Ooh, man! And that one is that? Oh, that's the skin. I thought it was burning, but that's actually the skin. And now we are in formation. Pretty cool. And I zoom out a little bit. Sound is gone and we can land. So pretty happy with that. No PvP directly after jumping to Poitot. Oh, they're gonna, I think, try and get us to get a couple targets and then fire a few shots or something like that, I believe. So let's see. Try to follow the instructions. Okay. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll take a close orbit so that when I eventually blow up, I can get pretty close. But like this, people can target me. But I think I don't have the right weapon system. So the Demos should have the right weapon system. I kind of want to stick with him now and see if we can listen for it. So there is the Demos cruising past the gate, bouncing off of it. I think he did an approach. Everything is coming true. He definitely has the right turrets. Looks pretty cool. Okay. And what would be a good target for me to maybe try and take down? Like a Confessor or something like that, I think. So that we could go through shields, armor, and then hull decently quickly. We'll see how things work out. For now. Okay. We are with 125. Fleet is at 46, so we will have some trouble, I think. But it would be good if we could see his turrets move as he targets something. For now, everyone is very disciplined. We're all waiting. Alright, for first stage, please use only turrets, so no drones, missiles, or anything similar. There we go. A little bit what I was... Please also try to avoid killing... There. He's already firing? Yep. So I do hear the weapon sounds. Can't say that I hear the turrets turning. And it's actually... You don't see the animation. So the turret here is constantly pointing in the wrong direction. That's interesting. So he's firing at something behind him. Let's see if we can... Yeah, something fast back there. And the turrets aren't doing the tracking, so there is no tracking sound. Okay, let's see if we can find something else then that would have the right weapon system. So oh, the paladin again. So I'm explicitly not shooting, so I don't add missile fire or anything like that. Is he firing his lasers? There they are. Okay. All right. I think he's still firing at the same target. If he would switch targets, it does sound... Oh, but again, look at that. Turrets are not aiming at anything. That's interesting. As far as I can tell, the turret aiming and animation is stuck for me. Let's see again. He's not firing, but alright. Oh, he's probably on the other side now? No? Okay, not sure if he stopped firing, but alright. Someone else that is using like lasers or something. He's firing. Alright, let's go take a look. Yep, again, you can see, look at that. They are aiming as if they're in standard position and firing in different directions as the paladin goes down. So now we'll listen to impacts on my shields. Let's see. So that's me being hit by some stray shots. There we go. They're shooting at everything. I mean, sound-wise, it's still okay, but of course, let's then also target something. Let's say cursor, and let's see if that is indeed stuck. So once I target it, my missiles should aim at... Ooh, my missiles are still aiming at stuff. That's interesting. And then we'll go to... I think that's gonna... That's lasers. Let's see if it's back. Nope, look at that. Their lasers are aiming straight to the front and they're shooting towards the back. So on your own ship it'll still work the way it should. But when you're looking at someone else, it doesn't work. So we couldn't really notice that. And I'm kind of hoping that they go through my ship as well. Use only turrets, so no drones, missiles, etc. So that's another weapon system. Something that, let's see, something that might go like down or be in... Definitely taking armor damage, this guy. Ooh, that sounded really good. And then he's firing back. And now his turrets are aiming, and unfortunately he blows up, as he would have been a very good ship to look at. Alright, Rock is next. Let's see if that one is doing something. And his turrets, I think they're aiming in the wrong direction. Oh no, there we go. The top turret is definitely aiming. So you can see that firing sound is great. Now let's see if that one can switch targets and if you can hear something. Oh, alright. They just switched. Can't say it's very noticeable, but this is more what we would expect. Right, he's gonna be switching again, I think. Gonna keep an eye on them. Turret track. Oop, big reset, big reset. Does feel like turrets are tracking. Now he's shooting on the other side. God damn it. See if I can get it. I'll bet he'll shoot on this side again after this. Come on, shoot at something, Rock. Or aim at something. Does feel like something is hitting something. Yeah, oh, on his shields. Very cool. Alright. I'm gonna add to it. As he's targeting me. So I'm gonna add to it, and let's hope that we can like shoot through his shields. I'm gonna add the gecko as well. If I can. Okay, he's taking more damage. While I'm taking lots of damage as well, of course. I'll be gone before we can really hear anything, but kind of want to stick to this guy for now. And then of course my camera pans out. Unfortunate. Alright. As my capsule is right in the middle of a big explosion, and I will zoom out to the whole fight. Still, this is very, very good. In my opinion, audio-wise. Even if I couldn't exactly find the turret's moves, I feel like this is quite alright. And then I'm sent home, which is fine by me as well. But I feel like this audio performance is very nice. It's very doable. Even with my sound up quite a lot in my headphones, this is doable. And you get that feeling, yeah, I'm in the middle of a big battle, but it's not so overwhelming that it is... that it's not doable and that you want to completely remove the audio. So that's really great. And I think you can actually do like a smaller scale test, involve 5 or 10 chips in order to test those smaller tweaks, those small additions that they have done for instance, the turret movements and things like that. And now I'm in a station. And I'm hearing station background sounds with a tiny bit of music. So I would say very interesting and definitely pretty successful mass test from my point of view. Definitely no major bugs, game-breaking problems, good performance. So I'm pretty happy. And yeah, let's hope that more of this stuff can come to TQ and that we can keep improving EVE Online. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you next time.